What up, dudes and dudettes? Uh, we're back at it again. It's been a couple weeks. Episode 6. Today we don't have any special guests because everyone's headed back to school nowadays. But yeah, how you doing, Jake?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty easy day. Woke up at like 2 o'clock.
Yeah, you didn't get it.
Dude,
Not
I've been
sleep
watching
last night.
Ink Master, and Ink Master's got me hooked, bro. It's insane. It's so good.
Yeah, I've been watching a little bit with you.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
it's pretty good. In other news, Nick and I just got back from a trip from Colorado a few days ago.
Yeah, we went to Denver for a couple days.
4 days.
Just hung out, got out of the house, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw the mountains. We did some fun stuff. Had our buddy Kyle up there with us, or over there with us, not up
Yeah.
there.
Flew out Tuesday. We got there Monday. Well, we were planning on going to Eau Claire on Monday, but then our buddy Dave was like, "Nah, it won't work." So we're like, "Ah, crap." And I was like, "Dude, I need to get out of the house." So then, no, it's all on Nick.
It
Nick's the one
is.
who-
Well,
yeah.
not really, but
Well, yeah.
I was just like joking with him. I'm like, dude, let's just
No,
go.
I was like, "Where should we go?" Like, and I was thinking around places like around Minnesota. I'm like, "Oh, we should like go to Duluth."
Yeah, and then I jokingly said, well, let's like go on a trip, like Colorado or like Arizona or something, somewhere where we
It's-
haven't been. Or
Yeah, you've
You
been
haven't
there.
been,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just somewhere to get out and have some fun, not take ourselves too seriously. So then he said Denver. And I was like, okay. So then we booked a trip and a hotel for 3 in like 3
well,
hours.
our neighbor Tracy kind of talked us into it
Yeah.
more because she's like,
You're so young. This is
Denver.
the time to travel.
and I'm like physically broke and mentally broke. No, I don't have a lot of money in my account, and that was like my biggest concern. Like Tracy's like, I used to go on trips with no money. Like, you can do this. I'm like, all right. So yeah, I gotta figure out that, but I'm
Yeah, we
in a
did
little
that.
debt, but it was worth
Yeah,
it.
saw the mountains, hung out with Kyle, got some good food, saw the
Made
sights.
made a couple YouTube videos.
Yeah, check it out.
F
F
Troop.
Troop Vlogs.
No, it's just called F Troop.
Oh yeah, F
Capital
Troop.
F
But it-
dash Troop.
Search by channel. 62
Well, if you're
subscribers.
if you're
and
listening to this, you probably watch it already.
climbing. Yeah.
But if you haven't checked it out, just
Yeah. First video's really good. We got a dope edit. Well, the content isn't that
the
great,
Denver
but
video.
Yeah, the Denver videos.
But yeah, so I was gonna bring this up. I was watching TikTok,
Oh God.
and can you pull up
What?
just go to Google, type in the show. It's a big, big world, and tell me if you remember the show.
Does it have Bill Cosby in it? What the fuck is this?
Do you ever remember watching this?
Dude, it's like a knockoff of
Do you
Bear in
remember?
the Big Blue House.
Do you remember watching this?
Bro, that's like, what is that, a sloth? What is that?
Do you remember it? That's my guess. Like my
Like, I
question.
remember this, like, creature
the
sloth
sloth.
thing.
Yes,
And these 2 monkeys. But, dude, this unlocked a memory. Holy
I know.
crap.
I saw this and I like freaked out. So, if you're listening, if you're around the age of 22 and 20, you would say maybe a little younger,
I'd say
18 to 22.
I'd say like either really early 2000s or probably like to 95.
Yeah, if you were growing up, look up the show, The Big Big World, and see if you remember it. Because I remember it, but I don't remember like any detail about it.
No, I
Just remember the pictures.
yeah. And I just pulled up Maisie, the little mouse. Like, we used to have a game
Yeah,
of
the
this.
computer game.
And I
dude.
know I can like hear it in my head. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. Like, how much of that like, bringing up our little mystery, like that yogurt milk is locked in there somewhere,
Yeah, I know.
but we just got to find it.
We know what it looks like.
Ah, I know. I told a few of my buddies when you were
You told some what?
I told my buddies, and Sam and Will's girlfriend were like, I know exactly what you're talking about. But the other people were like, what on earth are you talking? I think, like, unless you had it, you obviously wouldn't remember it. Like, you know,
Yeah. So was that who did we talk with? That
We
DJ or Ray?
DJ.
I think
and Ray.
both.
Yeah,
So it's been a little over a month.
yeah.
We still haven't figured it out. We haven't really
No, we
done
haven't
any
done-
research though.
But yeah, like I showed him that Reddit post, and they're like, Sam was like, I know exactly what that is, or maybe it was Will. I don't know, but bro, we're still on the hunt. But getting back to like the Colorado trip, when we were there, like I don't know, it was just like you showed up to the airport, got into the city, and everything seemed like calm.
Yeah.
Like everyone just was at like a sense of ease, which was weird as heck.
It's any vacation you go on, it's like that.
Mm-mm.
I think so.
Bro.
It's like that vacation belly feeling. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
The
but,
gut feeling, and you're like, oh God, thank you.
Yeah. Well, and we had like no responsibilities out there. We were just doing what we want to do.
Well, yeah. Well, we did though.
Yeah.
Like, we could have trashed the hotel.
Well, we did.
Okay, not really. We didn't break anything.
No.
Well, you thought I broke the damn.
The wall.
It was like that. I swear to God.
Yeah. One moment I look over and there's like a painting around like a huge divot in the wall. I'm like, bro, Nick, what the heck did you do?
Why did I get blamed?
Because that was where your bed was.
It was like that. I swear to God.
Okay. If I get charged, coming out of your paycheck, buddy.
Oh, shut up over there.
But when we were in Colorado, we're planning some more trips. I really want to go to Utah, so I'm trying to put something like that together.
Yeah, this year I'm definitely.
Traveling like a monkey.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure
Or
out.
like, not a monkey, probably like a bird, because they like migrate.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my life at this point.
Yeah.
So I
think
just
we
said,
all are.
might as well just travel
Mhm.
and maybe find some opportunity out there.
And we're also thinking about renting a cabin with Kyle in south of Glacier. So that would be really cool. I really want to go to Glacier. That place is dope.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, and did you ever follow up with Mike about going up to British Columbia?
No.
Oh.
He hasn't texted me.
That's sad.
I think he knew I was off a bean or some shit. Well, he had to have.
Yeah. You
There's
texted
no
him
way
at,
I'm
like,
randomly texting a cousin at 11 at night.
I just got asked the question, who's my favorite cousin? And it's you. You're the one.
Miss you, buddy. See you soon. Oh, yeah. Same back. You know, I was lying.
But speaking of like national parks, I don't know if we talked about this already, but what national parks what are your like top 5 that you
That
want
I've
to go
been to?
No, that you want to go to.
Yosemite is number 1.
Yeah.
Right now. Grand Canyon National Park. Anywhere in Oregon, to be
Yeah,
honest.
like Crater Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
I think Oregon's the biggest, or not the biggest, but like the state I want to go to the most.
Not Utah.
Yeah, Utah's up there too.
Yeah.
But like, we can go to Portland and like Nike and shit, where it's all
Yeah,
originated, and
That'd be
then
dope.
go out to the mountains and
That's
shit.
only 3, dude. You need 2 more.
It's not a national park, but I do want to go to New Orleans.
Mm.
That'd be cool to see. And yeah, I would go to Yellowstone again.
Okay. Yeah,
Easy.
that's a good list. I think mine would be Crater Lake, Glacier, Sequoia. That's 3. Grand Teton. Did I already say Zion?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I think you did. I don't know.
Okay, let me just go back over that. Zion, Sequoia, Crater Lake, Glacier. No, that wasn't in the list. And then Grand Teton.
Actually, besides New Orleans, I want to go to the Boundary Waters.
Oh, yeah, the Boundary Waters would be sick.
I haven't been there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be cool. Ah.
Oh,
What?
I got the ball rolling on buying the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So when Nick was editing our video,
You're welcome.
um,
Go check it out on after YouTube.
one of my friends that I met back in high school became a realtor, and she texted me. She out of the blue. She's like, "Oh, this is like I just got my to become a license to become a realtor." I'm like, "Oh, cool. If you or anyone's looking to buy a house, just tell them to hit me up." So I'm like, "Oh, I'm actually looking at buying a house," and she's being super dope about it. So it actually feels good to have a plan.
No,
in
it's
place.
weird because one of my buddies that I graduated with is a realtor, and I was gonna send you his information. So it's weird.
Wait, who?
His name's Lucky
Oh, okay.
Vang, I think his last name is. So yeah, if you're looking for a house, yeah, Lucky Yang. His Instagram is luck.y.ang14. So I kind of shouted him out there.
Yeah.
So
You gotta.
If you're looking for a house to rent or buy or sell, hit them up.
No, but it's got me excited because actually, like, she seems to think I can get a house regardless of, like, there will be options for me to, like, look into, even if, like, a commercial loan isn't, like, best way to do it.
But then she's tell you like you should probably, if you're looking at buying, you should just buy, not rent.
Yeah, she's like, it's much cheaper, and everything that, like, some realtors tell you, like, oh, it's your biggest investment is total bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit.
Because, like, say I come down and I get a super, like, I'm super sick and I'm in the hospital for months and I'm not able to, like, pay my mortgage or whatever. At that point, I could just sell it. Like, it's a very fluid thing, you know? It's liquid.
Yeah.
Even though it would be a bitch to, like, sell.
It depends on the area. and
Yeah. So, I mean,
what you do to it, like.
hopefully we can get this ball rolling and I can figure out
The thing
some
is, like,
options.
we can, if you buy your house, we can just freaking renovate the shit out of it,
Yeah, I know.
and then we can, if you need to sell it, you can sell it for
Yeah.
a lot more.
At that point, that's where you buy a worse house,
yeah,
but
well,
has
not
good
like,
bones.
because you don't really.
Well, like, you want, like, half of it, like, for me at least, I want, like, half of it finished, and then I can, like, go in, finish the basement, finish a garage or whatever, you know?
Yeah, you just need.
But that's where you buy a house that's not, like, all the way up to your price range, and then you get
You
the
know, I heard this
extra
quote.
money. Oh, God.
A house is like a person with a good heart.
Yeah.
You need a good heart, but it doesn't always have. Some
This
people
is
you
going off the
some
rails
people
quick.
you know don't look like the best people, right?
Correct.
But they don't. But they have the best heart. So think about that like a house.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look the best, but the
Yeah, yeah.
the heart of the house is just there. You know, the stability of
stability?
the house, stability of the house is strong, and it will fight for you
Yeah.
like a good heart.
And another good resource is Willie. You know, he'd go in and rip that up.
If you get a house, the one thing I want is like a back porch or a front porch.
Well, if I get a house in St. Paul, they're all, like, Four Seasons porch.
Yeah,
Which
but
is super
you know
nice.
they're raggedy as fuck.
Well, I know, but, I mean, it's not,
Screened
like, a huge
in?
area.
Yeah,
Not
me-
It's not screened
Well,
in.
we could put a screen in.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. It's going to be dope. Nick and I are going to have a trap house. Well, Nick and I have always talked, and when I talk to, like, some of my boys about this, like, get a 3-bedroom house, and
I don't know if we've talked about this. We probably have.
I don't know. Well, who cares? I'm just going to talk about it again.
All right.
You get 3 bedrooms. Nick and I are in one, and then
No.
no,
Like, we
Nick
get
and
our
I.
own
Yeah,
room.
that's what I meant. And then in the 3rd room, we just pack it full of bunk beds.
Yeah, for the boys
Yeah.
and their cronies. That'd be so raw. Or like in the basement, like just have a freaking like
And it's not like you need
what are those military rooms with all the bunks or all the beds?
Yeah.
What are they called?
barracks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just the basement's just a barrack.
Well, think about, like, if we, as a guest room, who are we gonna have as guests over other than the boys? That's gonna stay over. No one.
Well, family.
Well,
like,
yeah, but in the guest room, you don't need, like, anything in there. You put 3 sets of bunk beds in there, crammed together.
Well, if you're having guests though, you want to give them like a dresser to put their
Oh yeah,
shit.
I know. But and then you get a few pull-out couches in the basement. You could sleep. That house could sleep like 15.
Yeah. That'd be raw, dude.
I know. And
It will be raw.
Then
What
I
am
got.
It will be. It
I
won't.
know.
It would be. No, it will be raw because if we're doing it,
Plus we got the kegerator, and I got that huge cabinet I just built. For,
dude. You gotta. You know that thing I got you for Christmas? You gotta make another one.
What?
The tapper,
Oh yeah, I know. We could
we
easily
could
sell
just-
that on Etsy.
or you could just make another bush one.
Yeah. Well, tell them about that.
Yeah. So for Christmas,
Well, okay. To preface this would be a beautiful idea for, like, Etsy or something else. Nobody take our idea.
It's
Just
trademarked.
okay. Yeah. Don't tell them the process.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, I have to.
Well, just very roughly.
All right. So for Christmas, I got Jake. First, I got Jake. If you guys know You Betcha guys, they're like the Midwest guys. They had some merch, so I bought Jake like a couple things off there. And I'm like, what else should I get him? I'm like, it's not good enough. So I was like, oh, Jake needs like a keg tapper. Like, you know, when they pull the beer, like the thing down and the beer comes out. That's what I'm.
Because I've been usually the only kegs that I get is Busch Light because I
Yeah.
drink that, like, religiously. And I'd always go into, like, thrift stores and they'd have one ones for like PBR and like Schlitz, not Schlitz, but like no, the main one I saw was like
Your
Leinenkugel's
Budweiser.
Summer Shandy, and those are dirt cheap. But if you go
It's a
online,
dope one though. It's Canoe.
yeah, I know. But if you go online, it's like $40.
Yeah.
But if you find one at a thrift shop, it's like $5.
So I was like looking on Etsy. I'm like, I'm gonna get him like a custom one, like a custom wood one. That says Nectar of the Gods. But I'm like, I can make this. So I was like in the garage with my dad. I'm like, yo, Dad, how can we make like a keg tap for Jake? So we thought of an idea, and we legit just made it out of a bush can. So I had to like poke a hole in the bottom of the can to get all the beer out, and we like left the tab on.
Why didn't Willie just drink it?
Because I was going to, but there was chunks of metal in it from drilling a hole in it.
No, why didn't you just drink it at the start? Oh, because it would be open.
Yes.
Ah,
So, and then we just figured out a way to put a thread in it, and we filled it up with the window. It's like you put it around your window so
Yeah,
they stay
like the
insulin.
foam
The
seal.
foam stuff. Then I gave them to him, and it's on the keg right now.
yeah, it's beautiful.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a perfect like Etsy business.
Yeah, but
'Cause you could sell it
that was the first one ever,
Yeah,
like
oh,
the sample
yeah, that was the prototype.
prototype.
Yeah, there you
It was
go.
the prototype.
But like, think about it. Like,
Like
say we
it's
want to
kind
make
of dented a little bit.
you make one for Budweiser, say you made more Busch Light ones. You get a 24 pack for $17.99. You drink them all. Oh no, you don't drink them though.
Well, you could figure out a way to drink them,
Yeah,
but I just got metal shards in mine from the drilling a hole in it.
well, why don't you just poke a hole, let it all pour out, drink it, and then do the bottom?
That's
So
what I did.
oh, okay, so you get a 24 pack. Say you sell them for $10 a piece. $10. Out of that 24 pack, you make like 120 or 240 bucks off of your.
Well, you gotta know, dude. You gotta think about like, okay, if we have a 24 pack, how much of that foam crap are we gonna have to buy? How
Well, I
much
know.
How much like
Like, I'm just saying, your
materials are first, then it's.
that's not your profit.
I know. The profit is. So you have to.
Take all the
I'm not
materials.
doing a business.
Well, I know.
statement.
I'm just saying. on
Materials
paper.
plus time.
Well, yeah.
And then okay, say we spent $5 a can,
Yeah.
and then you got to think of like, oh, how much are people gonna pay for this?
$10.
$10. You make $5 profit.
Yeah, that's 100% profit margin.
Well, yeah, but it's not gonna cost.
You know, the
$5.
Pawn Stars would kill for that kind
It's
of
not gonna
profit
cost
margin.
$5 to make. 'Cause I think a tube of that shit costs like $20, and you could use that for the whole case, because it expands,
Well, yeah.
and then we put wood in it, so it's like stable.
Yeah.
So we got to buy up wood, and then we have the tools.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, that'd be such a good idea. Because, like,
Dude,
when
I'm an entrepreneur, bro.
Yeah, I know. Drop shipping?
Don't talk about it.
Okay.
It's bullshit. I'm not doing it.
But what about your idea for your barbershop? Is that still going through? You thinking about that? Or,
You guys will find out.
what, 10 years down the line?
No, I'm still trying to figure it out, but
Let's give them the
I'm
rundown.
trying to. I just want to start my own business because I'm a very outgoing man, and I don't like to get bossed around by people. And
You'll always be bossed around by the IRS.
fuck them. Seriously.
Going to prison for tax
But yeah,
fraud. Dude, just tell them your idea. That's a beautiful idea.
I don't want to
Okay.
because anyone can do that. I already have clients. No, I already have someone that wants to do that.
Wait, who is it again?
No, not
Is it Splash?
Splash.
Yeah, remember?
Dude, I have so many people that would let. Dude, the whole thing is I would let people. I would let.
You'd cut people's hair for free.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
like the first 9 or a month,
Yeah.
and be like, "You're my billboard."
Just to get.
Like that was
clients.
me. That was like with the shoe thing. Like, I could still do that too.
Yeah.
But
You got
I'm
a lot
like-
of free time.
because I know some people that want or have shoes, and some people hit me up a couple times, and they're like, "Oh, I want these like custom shoes," and they didn't like know I am willing to do that, and I'm like, "Okay, these are Jordan 1s," because they're like showing me like fragment ones, and
Yeah.
they're like $500. I'm
Yeah.
like, Do you want to pay $500 or you can get a custom pair? Like,
even if you charge like 300 for it, that's still way cheaper.
well, just it's all like I said, it's all material and time.
Well, yeah. I mean, how easy would a Fragment 1 be to pull out? Like
It's two colors.
Well, I know, but like, what shoe would you use? Like, what
A
colorway?
white. Oh, well, what they have.
Oh, what do they have? Like,
I don't know. Okay, I totally fucked this whole thing up.
what?
I was saying I would, like, say someone wanted a thing of Vans and they had brand new Vans.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll do this for free. And if people ask you about the shoe, you'll be like, oh, my buddy Nick
Well,
did
yeah.
these.
Like, I just hydro dipped, not just like probably 2 months ago, hydro dipped a pair of Converse. It was the easiest thing. Bought the pair of Converse for like $60. The spray paint was probably like $5. And I just had to buy tape, and I tape them up and dunk them. It takes like, I don't know, probably an hour's worth of work.
It's an hour, but
And then
you gotta wait like the next day for
well,
them
I
to
know,
dry.
but like say I sold them on Etsy. You know, like I have a little form. They fill out what colors they want. Nothing will be the same because hydro dipping is just that way.
Yeah.
You just dip them and you give them to them. You charge them like $120.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a little different if you want to like customize like Jordans. You know, because what? Pair of Jordan 1s is like what, 120?
140, 160.
Okay. So 140. How much? Well, depending on what they want to do.
I'm saying like retail is 140.
Well, I know,
or
but I'm saying
160.
like depending on what they want to do depends on how much you charge them.
Yeah.
Just based on your time.
But the one thing I do want for that is that spray gun, the paint gun. You know,
Oh,
you put the paint on in the top.
yeah, it's like,
and it's like a
what's
spray.
it called?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like the little gun.
Yeah, it's like a silver gun, like the dude that used Woody's blush.
Airbrush.
Airbrush.
Yeah,
And then you just make stencils.
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 yeah,
Like say they want a Duke Air Force One.
yeah.
Like I could do the Duke logo on the back heel,
Well, the thing is,
and then like I could do speckle on the fucking.
You just put it-
sole.
like you take the logo off of, like Google Images, you shrink it down on like a Word document, you cut it out, and then you just
Yeah, you could do that, but
yeah.
we tried that with this and it sucked. Cutting it out.
This is different though. I think.
Yeah, but
Dude,
there's some
I think you
ideas.
should do that.
I'm going to. I want to.
Oh, well, how long have you been like? How long did you work on those? What Jordans did you have?
I had the Jordan 1 Lettermans,
Yeah,
and I never wore them. I'm like,
custom.
I should customize them.
Yeah,
I started this.
you did
The first shoe took me about 4 hours.
Well, say
So if I double that, it's 8 hours.
well, yeah, but charge $15 an hour
Uh,
or 10.
no, it's like, I looked it up. It's like an artist that does art. It's the wage is like 20 to $25 an hour.
I know, but that I'm just saying, starting off. You know.
Well, yeah. Well, they're mine though.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying hypothetically, that's what you could charge a butt ton of money. At that point, Fragment 1s would be cheaper than.
But the thing is,
customizing.
I have no clientele right now.
Yeah. Didn't you make an Instagram page for that?
Yeah. It's only you and Maddie that follow it.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Do you have any pictures on there?
Nope. I haven't done anything
Oh,
yet.
yeah, that's true. No, I'm saying, and just this won't be in there, but just to pair that like with your Mr. Quick's kicks and clips, you could fucking customize shoes out of your shop.
Yeah, I'm saying, dude. It's a genius idea.
It is, and then you just you have a form that people fill out, or you just make them in your free time and you just put them up on the shelf.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a baller idea.
I know. I just gotta figure it out, dude. I got
You got time.
plenty of time. So, super wild card weekend.
Yeah,
Was
2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago. We had a pretty
Eventful.
baller weekend, I
Yeah.
would say. So, Friday night, our buddy the Hog, he was on a couple, or was he on 2 podcasts already? 1. He's heading back to he headed back to college this week, so he wanted to get together before he head out. So I'm like, yeah, just come over whenever. So he comes over, and we were planning on going to Jake's house. So he just drove to our house and left his car here overnight, and we went to Jake's. And our buddy Kyle and Johnson, Nate Johnson, Big Nate, tagged along, and we're just chilling, watching basketball the first
basketball
night,
was the first night.
and my dad texts Logan, and my
Well,
dad.
we were at my place.
Yeah,
in
we're at
Minneapolis.
Jake's place, and my dad texts Logan, and my dad. I don't have no idea how my dad got Logan's number because my Logan doesn't have my dad's, and all it says is, we just had a little incident at the house
in the parking
in the
area.
parking area, and I wish we could show you the pictures, but this guy flew down our street going like 60 miles an hour. I swear to God.
Well, he had to be.
And he totally lost control, went up our driveway.
No, not up our driveway, through our yard.
Through our yard and nailed the back of Logan's mom's vehicle. And we were just like rattled. We could not believe it. Like, cause he was parked like 10 to 15 feet up in the driveway.
Yeah.
So like this guy had to be on something. So we call Logan's mom, and Logan's like, "Hey mom, I gotta tell you something." First thing she says, "I hope you didn't smash the car." And everyone was dying, and we're like, I didn't smash
Technically,
it.
I didn't crash it, but
Some fuckhead ran into the back of the Equinox. So that was a whole thing, and then the next day, Logan's parents drove up to the house to like check it out and like talk to the dude. And they had to get it was totally totaled. Like the pictures did not give it justice
yeah.
until I saw it, because
well,
like
you showed me the video once you got back, and it was fricked.
yeah, like the whole trunk was inside the car, and like the bumper was ripped off, and like the dude's car was like leaking oil, and like because the guy's car got stuck in the snow, like so they had to get the car towed. It's totaled. His car, he got it out somehow, and it was running, surprisingly.
But the oil was leaking
Yeah,
everywhere.
like all this oil was leaking. So we did that was Saturday. We went back,
watch football.
watched football, and then we went to a little party in Dinkytown.
What was that guy's name?
Blake or Ben?
No,
Peter.
no, the other guy.
Oh, Brandon.
Brandon. He's so dope. I've never related
Like,
to someone
no, so-
outside of my family more in my life.
One of Kyle's buddies was in town, and he's like, "Oh, I'm at a party in Dinkytown." Oh, really? Where? Legit, like 3 houses down from Jake. So we
Yeah.
just we
Never
all,
met the guy.
Yeah, we all just walk on over there and we have a good time. Come back, and then, well, first on Saturday we didn't know if we were gonna hang out again, and we're like, "Oh, there's football on. We'll hang out." Okay, and then Sunday rolls along, and we're like, "Oh, there's more football on. Like, might as well just stay over and watch." So we hung out again, and then Zach came, our other friend, and we just hung out with him, and then Monday came along, and we all went our separate ways.
Yeah. Then 2 weeks later, Kyle came to freaking Colorado. Had a lot of time with Kyle over winter break, huh?
We asked, the whole thing about that was, we legit, Sunday night, we booked our tickets.
Yeah, Sunday night around 8. We're like, we're going.
We left the house at like 8 in the morning,
Yeah.
and we booked them exactly at midnight, the hotel and the room. So we were legit had 8 hours to get ready.
Yeah. It was
And then we
We're like-
asked we asked like
Probably-
20 people.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, every time we texted someone, okay, this sounds crazy. All right, buddy, what do you want? What do you want from me? Only Kyle
Like-
said yes. But we get, like, how crazy that is.
but Kyle was like, he's like, yeah, I have a job interview on Monday, so I won't be able to head
Fly
out
on
till
Tuesday. But he had free miles,
Yeah.
which was nice for him.
So then we get to the hotel on Monday, and Kyle texts me, and he's like, "This is bullshit. The whole job interview got canceled, or not canceled, moved. I could have came with you boys." I'm like, damn. But we enjoyed the time we had. Like,
Yeah, I definitely recommend just going on a trip, especially anyone in, like, our demographic, our age. Like,
yeah. But the thing, like,
and it's cheap,
Ours
really
was just-
cheap now.
ours was like ridiculously spontaneous. Like, we legit had, we were leaving in 8 hours after we booked it. Like,
Yeah, like the whole night after that, like I went down to my place to pack some stuff
that
up.
just makes it fun though. Like,
I know. Like I came back and I looked at Nick and like I still can't believe we're freaking doing this. Like,
I didn't believe it till we were like
yeah, until we were there.
on the plane and landed. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I think Denver's a dope town. Definitely recommend going. Actually, if I were to stay in Colorado again, I would definitely stay in Estes Park.
Or Colorado Springs was dope.
Colorado Springs, Boulder was dope. Castle Rock was also really dope.
Oh, dude. So, when we were in the airport going home, this guy that I met at the senior, like, I knew of him, like, he was in my classes, but I met him, like, at
Oh,
the senior
yeah.
party. And
Like this was on our way home, right?
yeah, like, we were ready, like, we were waiting for the plane to board. And he texted me, and I forgot that we were hanging out the whole night and talking, like we were best friends. It was the weirdest thing. His name's Aaron. I don't know his last name. But I remember he's telling me, I'm like, oh, dude, we should definitely, like, hang out this summer. I'm moving to Colorado tomorrow. I'm like, what? You graduate and you're moving the day after graduation? He's like, yeah, dude. So he was out there and he texted me at the airport. Dude, you should have told me you were in town, man. Totally forgot this kid existed.
You know that'd been dope.
Yeah, he's
You know
a
we're
great
going
guy.
we're going back out there at some point
Yeah,
because
he
like
lives in no, you know my snap of me and Kyle singing Blank Space?
yeah.
I think I still have it.
Well, that was on the way back from Colorado Springs to Castle
yeah,
Rock.
and he's like, "What are you doing in my neighborhood?" Like that's where he lived.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well, the thing that was insane to me about Colorado, especially like living in Minnesota, obviously the geography is way different. Like it's so like flat here. Like there's rolling hills, but you get out to Colorado, you fly into Denver, you're like, okay, this is Denver. Then you rent a car. We went up northwest first day, and we're like, okay, there's like the one town there that's like Boulder. That's where I think University of Colorado is.
I don't have the video.
That's okay.
I don't remember the city. Start with an L.
We went up through there, and then you don't realize like how close huge cities are right next to the mountains. Like it was Boulder. I think that was a pretty big city if you include
Dude, the
all.
campus was unbelievable.
I know, it was insane. It was like St. Thomas,
Yeah.
except way crazier. And then you got obviously Denver. You got all the suburbs around Denver. Then you have Castle Rock, which has 70,000 people living in it. You got Colorado Springs, which is huge. Plus you have the Air Force Academy right there.
Oh yeah.
Like everything's just along the mountains, and it's just huge city after huge city, which is crazy. Because like in Minnesota, you obviously have Minneapolis and St. Paul. Those are massive cities, and they're right next to each other. But outside of that, like Rochester's far away, Mankato's far away, Duluth's far away, St. Cloud, Brainerd. Like those are, not all of them are huge, but they're really spread out.
Agreed.
I mean, Denver was dope. I mean, I definitely recommend going there.
I don't recommend going to Denver.
No, Colorado in general. Because
unless
Denver,
you like urban.
Yeah.
Well, dude, Castle Rock. There's a huge outlet mall.
well, that's not even why you go to Colorado.
Well, I know, but like,
I know. I just think Denver was
There's-
perfect because it was super close to like like not super close, but like a day trip to Rocky Mountain National Park was like right, and then it's close enough to just like go through all those cities I just mentioned and hit like Garden of the Gods. And if we had like a few more days, we definitely would have gone to the Great Sand Dunes right there. It's like a 4-hour
dude,
drive.
that's what I want to do this summer.
Well, I know. Like, in the trip that I'm planning to Utah, we're gonna go through. Like, first day, we're gonna stop in, the Black Hills, camp there, like where the Badlands are and stuff. Then we're gonna go to Salt Lake City and then head to like some national parks, like go to obviously like Zion, Arches, and all that stuff. And from Zion, we're gonna go down to, what's that national park that we were talking about? We wanted to go to, with like the city built into the wall in Colorado.
Oh, it started with a U.
No.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't. Like Mesa,
Oh, Mesa Verde
Mesa Verde, yeah.
or Verde.
So we'll hit that. Then it's about a 4-hour drive to the Great Sand Dunes. So we're spending like 5 days in Utah and then a few days in Colorado, and then we're gonna come back. So it's like a 9-10 day trip, but it'll be dope because we're just gonna be camping
I know, but
or Airbnbs.
we're trying to no.
Well, no, like obviously we might stay in like
We're trying to.
like a lodge or an Airbnb, and like when we're traveling like long distances, because like 10 hours we don't want to be camping.
Yeah.
Like those long distances. But like once we get into Utah and we're like driving an hour a day, then it's like, okay, we'll camp, you know?
Yeah. No, my whole like a couple weeks ago, I'm like, okay, it's 2021. I am 20 years old, and what do I want to do? Like, I have no idea what I want to do with school. I have no idea what type of job I want when I grow up. I'm young, and I'm like, okay, I want to get a job, pays decently, and I'm gonna save my money, and I'm gonna like renovate a van. Like I've been looking at it for a couple weeks now, and it's like I can get a Ford Transit van for like a couple $1,000 that has like 150,000 miles.
But the thing is, the cars nowadays run for so long. Like you look back, and when cars have like 200, like older cars have like 200,000 miles on it, you're like, oh, it's time to hang that up. Those are like early 2000s cars. But the thing is, like newer and newer cars, no car has that amount of miles on it, so we don't really know how long they run if you like have good upkeep on it.
Yeah. So I've been just like researching that, but that's like a $7,000, $8,000 project, and
Well, also,
I would rather buy myself a car for that amount of money than.
Willie has a van that he took like a trip like that onto.
Yeah, that would be way cheaper to use,
Yeah,
but like.
because the main thing you have, like, we were talking to our neighbor, and I asked him how much do you think it would cost? Because obviously, if you're traveling like around country in a van, you don't give a shit what the outside looks like.
Oh, dude, it's stripped. Like
Yeah, it's like
it's gray.
yeah, bare bones.
Yeah,
but the thing
like-
is, he has all like everything for the interiors there.
No, he has everything.
Yeah, I know everything. Like the main thing that would be a huge worry
It's
is
just
the
the engine.
But if we tested it and it works, that's a huge thing because then we could just make little tweaks.
I think he only said that's like. I don't even think there's 200,000 on that van.
Yeah, Crash said if the engine works, there's a little upkeep to that. Then you get new tires. It'll probably be at max like a $2,000 project.
Yeah.
And then at some point, if we hold on to that, get
Well,
a paint
dude,
job.
If we finish it, dude, we're gonna give it to our grandchildren.
Well, I know that van's dope. It's like
You know,
It's-
no, we'd
no,
make
it-
it. You would make it our YouTube
yeah,
van.
seriously, it's
F
just
Troop.
like it's like the van that, not the exact van, but the van that Dewey has in School of Rock. That's exactly what
it
it's
is.
like. Except it doesn't have like a ladder
It's
on the back.
legit. It's legit a pedo van. That's what it looks like.
Well, yeah, they're not the same.
It's not white though, which
No.
is, but it's like cargo van.
It's
Like
clunky. But
it's
yeah,
a box van.
Yeah, that would be so dope, dude.
It's a Dodge. What is it called? It's a Dodge. I remember Dad telling me about it. Dodge something.
But yeah, like right now we have it tarped up in the back of our parents' place, and I'm surprised it's in. Like you strip back.
No,
the
there's
tarp,
no rust.
There's no rust on it whatsoever.
Besides like the wheel,
and it's been sitting
hubcap,
out.
whatever.
How long have we had it here?
Well, he had it at Rusty's for like
Well, we had it here
8
forever.
years. It was in the garage.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
imagine that thing in the garage.
Yeah, I know.
Like it fit in there.
I know, and he still had half the garage.
Yeah. Over half a garage.
Yeah.
Do you remember us when we were kids? We had to clean out the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
And
because we
move
had
it?
to move it
Yeah.
to Rusty's. In the
I think
pull
there was still freaking air in the tires
Dude, I
at
just
that
remember
point.
when we were kids. I don't know if it was when we were cleaning it out or not, but I was like looking through it, found all our Christmas presents.
Yeah.
I was like, bro.
In like the middle of summer, dude.
And then Willie didn't give a shit. He's like, just have them.
I
Because
had-
that was like
dude.
the one year they bought them super ahead of
Yeah,
time.
and I was pumped because it was like all G.I. Joe things.
Yeah, it was dope.
I was like, bro, yes.
But yeah, like that van would be sick. Because we went out to dinner with Kyle's brother on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
In Castle Rock. And
Was that? Yeah,
Yeah.
our last night.
yeah, and he's like, we're talking about taking a trip out to Utah because we've been planning that for like a few days that we were there. Because like traveling with Kyle was like amazing. Like no one had
Well, we
any
just
problems.
we get along so
Oh, I
easy.
know.
Like, but if we did have a problem, we wouldn't like
yeah,
beef about it. Like,
just,
it
like-
would just be like, shut up.
yeah. Well, that's what we said the whole weekend. Shut your yap.
Shut your big yapper.
But yeah, and then Kyle's brother was telling us about this like app or website called Outdoorsy, where you can just like rent vans that sleep like 5 people, like RVs too, but RVs and like the vans that are like the campers in them. And he's like, yeah, it's a perfect thing. But obviously he is in a much better financial situation than we are. So I looked into it, and you can only drive 100 miles a day. And then every mile over 100 miles, they charge you like 13 cents a mile. And you have to pay for your own gas. And well, obviously you have to pay for your own gas, but there's a security deposit on it. It's usually like $5,000. But you get it back. But the boys aren't forking over $5,000 just to get
Dude,
it
I
back.
would legit just fucking wreck it so I could keep it.
That's not how that works.
I guess.
Because if you wreck it, your $5,000 is gone. But if you
Not the whole 5,000, would it be? Like say.
it depends on the contract that you have to sign.
Yeah.
But we were looking at that, and it's way too expensive. So now we're just gonna.
We're taking the vibe.
Well, it depends on. We might have to take 2 cars because.
I'm not. No, fuck that. That's stupid.
What,
That
taking 2 cars?
Yeah, that's so stupid.
But if we're bringing camping gear for like 5 people,
Dude, the vibe is a vibe, bro.
and you got to think
My trunk is
to
massive.
Salt Lake City is 19 hours
Yeah.
or like 19.
Tracy and Crash drove it all the way to Texas, bro.
But they had the whole back seat open,
So
so they had way more room. Plus, they weren't camping for a week.
we'll say it was me, you, and 2 other guys. That would be fine.
Well, yeah, it depends on how many people we bring and how much shit.
And
we
legit,
have.
you can.
Well, the thing is,
If it was just me and you,
we'd be fine.
we could put the 2 seats down in the back and
And
move
just
our
sleep
shit,
there.
put our shit in the front seat,
Air
and put an air
mattress.
mattress in the back.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
that, the vibe, dude. Hatchbacks are so underrated.
I know they are,
Like you can camp in those and live in them.
dude. Well, like going back to our Colorado trip, we rented a Jeep, and
Jeep Compass,
yeah, Jeep Compass, trail rated.
fucking fantastic vehicle.
I always hated driving SUVs. That thing drove like a fucking sedan.
Dude, it was like
beautiful.
No, it was. I don't think it was a full SUV though. It was.
It was like a
it was a
Ford Edge.
compact.
It was like a Ford Edge.
Yeah.
But dude, that thing was awesome. You
Yeah.
plug your phone in and it has all like
had
Apple
Apple-
Maps,
Apple
Apple
Play.
Music.
Yeah.
Perfect. Like it was. I think there was still a lot of room in there. I think it was like in between like a full SUV and like something like a Ford Edge.
Yeah, a compact SUV.
Yeah, but it was like
And the
awesome.
it was wrapped, like the hood was wrapped, and the roof. It was sick.
But that would be like obviously it's a Jeep, so it'd be like a perfect road trip thing. But I was like looking into them, and it's like 25,000, which isn't that bad for like a brand new one. Way better than a Tesla. But you know, a Tesla on a road trip would be fucking sick.
It would be, but it would suck.
Well, oh, because you'd have to charge all the time.
A charge to get full charge is 30 minutes.
Well, it depends on how low you. Well, the thing is, have you ever seen those videos where the people are like planning a road trip and they're like Model S? I think that's the SUV
Well,
one, right?
Danny Duncan did that. He had to plan out
But he
like
did. He had a Model. No,
He had
Model
the-
S. That's the S is the sedan, I think. And
Yeah,
the
that's what
X
he
is
had.
the.
he has the S.
Well, if you get an X, you can like buy an add-on where it comes with like an air mattress that fits perfectly in your back seats, and it has like all your shit in there.
Yeah, it's dope.
And then in Teslas, you can just plan a trip, and it'll tell you where to stop
Yeah.
along the way, which is sweet.
No, on TikTok, I saw this kid's use his parents' Tesla for the driver's test.
It was just
He's
automatic
like,
drive.
Yeah, and he's like, because you can change what your horn sounds like. You can grab a clip off YouTube, and it could be bruh.
Yeah, I know.
And he changed it to fart. So the guy, you know how before you drive, they
gotta
have to
do
test
the
everything.
thing, yeah.
He's like, oh god, I hope he doesn't make me honk my horn.
Bruh. No.
Dude, you could be on a road trip. You could be driving and just put Netflix on the fucking screen.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, the only reason, like, as we get further and further, because obviously they're like 60, like the SUV at least is like $60,000 starting.
Yeah, dude, that's not a lot of money though.
Well, it is.
It is, but
Like, that's cost more than my entire
You can
4
get-
years of schooling.
but the thing is, you could get the Model X, or you could buy a brand new truck, and they're
Plus
the
the-
same price.
Well, the thing that
And people
intrigues me
still buy brand
so
new
much
trucks.
about like Tesla is it's way cheaper for like the gas.
Dude, it's an investment. Cause you don't pay for gas. You still have to pay electricity, but that's
yeah, way cheaper.
yeah.
They're fast as frick. They're insane. There's no engine, so you have 2 trunks. Plus, I don't know, dude. My point was, the more and more we get into like these electric vehicles, because like some companies have them now, like they're coming out with more and more.
Ford does.
Yeah, it's gonna get cheaper and cheaper.
No.
Because the point with Tesla is you're paying for the technology, because it's like obviously the best electric car out there.
Yeah.
That's why you're paying $60,000.
Ford
for
made
an
the
SUV.
new electric Mustang
Yeah.
SUV,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and it's legit Tesla. It's
Yeah.
the same vehicle. Like
Yeah.
it looks the same.
that's so they
But it
gotta
has-
they
they
gotta
slapped a
drop the
Mustang.
prices at
They
some point.
can't.
On Tesla.
They can't.
They will.
It's like no. They. How can you
Well,
put
okay.
that much?
Let me just. So what I said was, you're paying for the technology.
Yeah,
So they'll
it's
probably
like you have
charge they'll probably charge the same price because they'll be keep on like refining that technology. Because like I was watching a video.
The only way they will drop. Well, obviously they will because they'll have new models.
Yeah.
Because the technology is.
Superior than the better ones.
Yeah, it's legit like an iPad. A first gen iPad does not cost nearly as much as the newest one
Yeah.
because of the technology.
But the thing too, it's hard to like compare them to Apple products because say you have like you had your 5C, you couldn't update
I could, but
no,
I could
not to the
update it
newest.
to the
to the newest that it was like applicable to.
yeah.
But with because Teslas have like software upgrades.
Well, Tesla has Apple in it.
Well, dude, no, it's way crazier than that.
Well, I know, but it's like your Jeep. They have the Apple CarPlay and
Yeah.
whatever.
But it's like you buy a Tesla and then there's add-ons to it. So like everything's already in your car. It's like, okay, you want to pay for heated seats? Here, give me $500. You update your car, you have heated seats. It's already in your car though.
Yeah, that's goofy.
It's crazy. Dude, I would kill for a Tesla.
Dude, I bet. Look at used Teslas right now.
They're $40,000.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
They're $40,000.
That is insane.
I know, because they hold up. Because they
No, like
there's
there's good
no-
insane. Like
Well, I know.
after you graduate college, you could easily buy a car
Well,
like
yeah.
that.
But then if I have a house, like look, 31,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
But that's a 2013.
You're saying you wouldn't buy a 2013
A
Tesla?
2019 used Model
37.
3, $37,000.
That's insane.
2020 used, 5,000 miles on it, $50,000.
That is like what? No, at 30 the
But no,
2019 37.
The thing that
How many miles are on that?
on the 2013,
No,
the
2019.
2019,
The white one. Yeah.
15,000 miles.
But that's what I don't know what the mileage is like.
Well, it's because it's electric. Like these cars are so expensive because they hold up. Because say you have a 2003 Pontiac.
I'm not saying that's
Well, no,
expensive
no,
though.
I
Like
know.
that's insane.
No, but the reason why this is so expensive, if you have a 2003 Pontiac, there are going to be probably things structurally wrong with your engine. That's why your car just stops working. These don't have engines.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
why
batteries.
Yeah, that's why it's so expensive.
But I'm saying you could get 2019 Tesla Model 3 mid-range, $37,000.
Mm-hmm.
You look up. You could buy a Lexus probably 2015 for that amount of money.
Yeah. And Tesla.
And what one would you rather
I'd
have?
have the Tesla.
Exactly.
I know.
And that's kind of that could be like, what's it called? Like buying a Nike shirt over a off-brand shirt.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's all the brand.
It's the
Like,
brand and the technology.
say Tesla was like, say you saw this car and you had no idea what the brand was, but it was 37,000, you'd be like, oh fuck no, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
It's
Then
electric.
you see
like,
everything that's in it.
yeah. Well, you would still be like, what the fuck? Like obviously it's a amazing car because the man that fucking
Yeah,
builds
he's-
it is the
oh my
richest
God.
man in the
Oh,
world.
Just to like go off of that Elon Musk thing. Do you ever see those YouTube videos where it's like the charts of like certain things of like most subscribed YouTube channel? They have like an ongoing chart. Like it's a video of like from like the beginning of YouTube to like current time.
I'm not sure.
And they like show the like bar graph and people going above each other.
No.
Okay, so there's videos like that. They're for like
Wait,
everything.
What?
So like there's a video and it shows like there's ones for most playoff points in NBA history. So then like say George Mikan, he's at the very start, so he'll start and every time he gets a point and they go through the time on the top so you know what time it is and they'll add each point like progressively and his bar gets bigger and bigger. And then they'll keep on going through time and as people pass him, they'll go above him and he'll go below and then you'll see people fall in and
Oh,
out.
yeah.
So I saw one for Elon Musk, and he was not even in like the top 5 richest people in like the last 5 months. Like 5 months ago, he was not in the top 10.
Dude,
Then all of a sudden, like this, he's the top.
Yeah.
It's insane.
He spent $100 million of his own money to build Tesla. like the branding and
but the
like
thing is,
SpaceX program.
He started PayPal.
The thing
He started
did he?
PayPal. He has
Or did
Tesla.
he invest in PayPal?
He started it. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. I'll
But
look
the
it up.
thing was, this is what kills me. Remember I showed you that video, like what is the biggest scam that people
he
think
started. He
the
started
biggest scam in like people think they should
Oh
do,
wait,
but
no.
it's
He
not.
started XCOM and it merged with,
Okay.
and then he got booted out of PayPal. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
Do you remember that video I showed you? Like, what is the biggest scam that people?
College?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, just to break off
I think
of your
I
point.
think no, I think I saw a stat. It's like 14% of people that get a degree don't even use that degree.
I'm probably not going to use mine.
Like, why? Then what the fuck are you doing?
Well, like say I was my first year in college, and so obviously
That's why this is
No.
the whole thing. This is why I've been out of high school for 2 years and I've only taken one semester of
Yeah.
college at
Like,
a community
I'm
college.
super interested in psychology, but I just don't think that I would be paid enough for how much work I'd put in to whatever job I get. And the only reason I'm seeing it through is because no matter what job I apply to, say I apply to Target
Well, yeah.
and they look at my resume,
Yeah.
you're a college graduate. Okay, we'll pay you $4 extra an hour or
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
it is.
I get that.
And at this point,
But
like,
well, how
if
that
I have
doesn't
one,
add up to
if I have,
anything,
if
though.
I have one semester left, why the hell wouldn't I finish it? That's all
Yeah,
for no gain.
I agree with that.
But I just like
But
unless
don't you have your associates?
no, technically no,
Okay.
because I didn't graduate doing that. But like unless like obviously I'm super interested in psychology, but I just don't see myself going to like get my master's or my PhD. So anything that I would want to do is just not worth it.
This is what I think you should do. So you graduate, you get some type of psych job, and say it like pays $50K a year.
It won't. It'll pay probably 35 to 40 a year.
All right, whatever. So
But
you gotta.
just to put that in perspective, by the end of my school, I will be $55,000.
I know. I'm just saying. So you have your degree. You're making $40,000 a year. You're gonna feel like a baller. You know you will.
Yeah,
But then
you're gonna feel like a millionaire.
yeah. But then you can take that time to be like, okay, I want to be a plumber.
Yeah,
And trade school is 2 years. When I was doing plumbing, they're like, okay, you have your full-time job at our
and
organization.
you're starting at the bottom.
Yeah, and like I was a runt. Like
Well,
I
that's
was
just because you didn't
No,
go to any trade
No,
school.
I
or
know,
anything.
but I'm saying, okay. They're like, okay, if you want to be a, what's it called?
Describe it.
They pay for your school and you go.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay, just say
I
that.
forget what it's called though. It starts with an A, I think.
Just okay. Just yeah.
So yeah, so they were talking to me about that, and they're like, okay, if you work here for 6 months,
They'll pay for your schooling,
They'll
and then
pay
you
for your
have to
school.
sign a contract to stay there for
Yeah.
so long.
but I obviously can't go to school when I'm at work because I
Yeah.
still work there full time. So like, okay, you'll go to night school once a week.
Yeah,
For
and
2
then
years.
you'll have all your hands-on experience working there.
Yeah,
like
And then
that's what I want to do.
I think your boss.
think.
I think your boss. I think you tell your boss like, okay, I learned about pipelines or whatever.
Yeah,
And they're like, okay, you can start doing this with us. Like, what is that called?
apprenticeship.
Yes,
Oh,
apprenticeship.
that's not really. Yeah, that's not.
I was thinking of Star Wars, and I was just about to come on, and then you said it.
Um,
My young apprentice.
But
But
yeah,
yeah.
I think
No, I'm saying if you, because you were talking about electrician.
yeah,
if
that's
you,
what I would do.
So
or
after you-
HVAC.
Yeah. So if you graduate, when you graduate, just get a job in some type of psych field. You might like it. You don't know. Like you could
Yeah.
be. Who gives a fuck if you're making 50 a year? You can.
You work your way up the
Yeah,
company.
exactly. But
But the thing is,
if you absolutely hate it,
Psychology
then obviously
majors-
you can do something else.
so many people do that. It's insane. Like
Yeah,
it's
but
crazy.
You're lucky we live here because there's a bunch of opportunity
Well, I
here
know
for
that.
that
I know.
field.
But realistically, I think I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna like if I get this job. So I applied to a job at a
Oh, I know what you should do.
office furniture place, and if I get that job, I might just work my way up that company. But if I'll stay there for a few years. Like I already told them, I might go to grad school. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but you'd have me for a while. But if that doesn't work out in the end, I might just go be an electrician's apprentice, get my schooling paid for, and then work my way up. And like, cause the trades are so needed right now, and you make a frick ton of money. And I
I
think an
know.
electrician would be the best one out of the trades.
It is.
Yeah.
So when I worked at that plumbing place, so all I did was legit walk into the union. So you could look up
Well, that's
electrician
another
union.
thing. You're a part of the union.
Yeah, it's
Which
huge.
is crazy.
So
Like you get benefits until you're
dude,
dead.
if I could have paid for because I would get letters from the like plumbing union, like, okay, if you want to be a part of our like insurance and like all that shit, you have to pay like a certain amount of money.
Well, that makes sense. 'Cause-
Well, yeah, but I never did because I rely on my mom for that because she works at United Healthcare.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm gonna obviously I would rather have her insurance because it's better than.
Well, you don't know that.
Well, yeah.
Well, you didn't really talk to them.
Yeah,
about that.
because I was like, okay, this is. I don't know if I'm gonna do this, but everyone, when I told people, oh, I'm a plumbing apprentice. No way.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a
Like
great
Uncle
job.
Ted.
Yeah,
Like, what was that? Your graduation party afterwards?
yeah.
Go into the fucking trades. Fucking do
No,
it.
there's such a need for that.
Well, I know. No one wants to do it.
I know. But from experience, it is shit.
Well, yeah, but you're getting paid for the shit. You're
Yeah.
like intro. How much did you get paid? You don't have to
I
say
didn't-
it, but like
Each paycheck was around like $1,200.
yeah, and that's taking union fees. So you're getting paid like
No, without fees.
oh, without
So it was
fees.
about $1,000 a full week
yeah,
or full 2 week. No, I got paid weekly,
yeah.
so it's like 500, 600 a week.
Well, you said you got paid weekly, so you said it was
Six-
$1,000 per paycheck.
No,
Okay,
that'd be insane.
per like regular pay period.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 to
And you were-
1,100.
Nick had no experience, and he wasn't even an apprentice. He was just what did they
I was a
call it?
helper.
Yeah, just a helper.
That's what I legit walked into the plumbing union, and I was like, hey, can I sign up for a plumbing helper? All right, fill out this information, and we'll call you when a company wants you.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Next day.
Yeah, legit. They called me. Oh, when can you start? Tomorrow. All right. Go to our company. You have to do this safety test, and then I walked in there at like 5 a.m. And then I had to watch this like it was like legit a video, and then you had to answer questions about the video. Did that, gave my hard hat and my vest, and I went to work.
Yeah.
And I was shitting myself. I was so nervous. First thing I had to do. So I'm the scrawniest kid. I'm 18 years old. I go in there. All right, we gotta bring these.
Rebar.
No,
I swear to God, it was rebar.
no, that's later. Cast iron pipes.
Oh
Up-
yeah,
up these stairs.
they were like 12 feet long.
So I'm
weren't
like,
they?
yeah, I'm like, all right, this shouldn't be like too bad. These things were fucking. They were legit 12 feet long.
And cast iron's heavy.
And my
as shit.
boss was like,
How big were they? Like around? Like
oh, they were like 6 inches.
oh shit, dude.
6 inches like thick. Like no, the cast iron was like an inch and a half thick.
Around.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. And my boss is like 250, 6'5". He's like, I just throw it over the shoulder, try to find the balance point.
You
I'm
know,
like, all
Nick was
right.
struggling.
Oh, dude, I wanted to cry.
How much do you think those things weighed?
They were like 150, 160 pounds. No
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
And I'm going up the stairs. He's like, try not to knock into anything. I'm fucking nailing walls and
Well,
shit.
that was your first day on the job.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. I legit told him, I'm like, dude, I don't think like I can fucking do that. Like I brought all of them besides one. I'm like, dude. He's like, all right, that's fine. Like I get it. It's your first day. So then after that, it was lunch, and then, I had to. So we were in the parking garage, and like in the parking garage, there's a bunch of random pipes.
Yeah.
That's all fucking shower lines and all that.
Yeah.
So there's caps on them, and he's like, all right, you have to silicone these. He showed me how to do one, and it was like, I did that for 4 hours, and then I was done. And I was like,
Yeah, it's just
"Thank
really
God."
monotonous and it just sucks.
No, it was easy. Like
Well-
I'm getting paid
Well, I know.
a
But
shitload of
say
money.
you're
to-
doing that for 7 days straight. Were you able to listen to music? Well, I could get if
yeah,
you were.
I think I had AirPods.
Well, I don't think you're. Like, I could totally see that you're not able to wear AirPods because it's like a safety hazard. Like, something's falling, someo's yelling at you, and you have
Yeah.
your AirPods in.
Yeah.
Like those memes, like, oh shit, they have AirPods in. They can't hear you. But I would totally just, like, play it off my phone.
Oh, I
'Cause
did. Sometimes I did.
Yeah, if
when
I
I
did-
was
If I didn't have any music at a job, I'd go insane.
no, so that was my first like site I had to be at, and then the next day, like legit the next day, he's like, "Oh, we're moving sites." I'm like, all right, whatever. Go to St. Louis Park. This is fucked. So we had another intern or apprentice. So I was pumped. He was like my age. Don't remember his name, but so on top of buildings they do rebarb, and then they concrete it. So it's like holds the building up, not up, but like stabilizes it.
Yeah.
So it's before the concrete pour, so there's just a bunch of rebarb everywhere and like a bunch of random shit, like all the electricity lines and like our drains we had to build. So we were screwing in drain for the top of the buildings, and I had to go downstairs to grab something. I think I had to grab extra drain things. There's like a bunch of different sizes. Won't get into that, but I come back up, and the kid I'm working with is like freaking out. I'm like, what? The boss just fell, cut his whole hand open on rebarb.
And rebarb is something you don't fuck around with.
Yeah, like it's sharp, like,
Yeah.
and it's ragged or jagged. So I like look at his hand because I don't like
where
it
was it cut? Like from where to where?
here to here,
So
like
like
his whole palm.
all right, so like diagonally across his palm, like
No,
where that
no,
where
the
that
kid-
crease is, like here.
No, like from your pointer finger bottom, like knuckle,
Yeah.
to the bottom of his palm, like diagonally.
Jesus Christ, that's like a 4-inch, 3.5-inch cut.
Yeah. So I walk up there and I'm like trying to find the kid and the boss, and I just see
Him applying
him
pressure.
holding hand. I'm like, what is going on? And I just see red everywhere. So we had to bring him to the trailer to like talk to the site manager, and I'm just so happy because I didn't see it happen. The other kid did. So the kid had to drive the boss to the hospital and like stay with him, so he could tell the doctors like what happened and stuff.
Because how much blood do you think he lost?
Oh, dude, his whole vest was covered. His pants.
Well, did he look like white?
No, he was fine. He's like, oh, fucking God.
Well, people in the trades are like, rub some dirt on
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
fine.
So they go off, and the boss is like, I think I got off at like noon. I usually get off at like 2:30. So he was just like, yeah, Nick, just go home. You'll get paid for the full day. Like, I'm like, all right, bet. It's pumped. Next day, I could go to the next site. I'm like expecting to stay at this site for like a week. Next day, boss comes back. All right, come back to St. Louis Park. Well, the next site I had to go to was Bloomington.
Which is a bitch to get to
And-
from and that was like
and
before COVID.
Yeah.
So traffic was probably awful.
Yeah, depending on the site.
Well, actually, what time did you have to get to
it depends on
what time did you have to get to that site?
7. Like workday started at 7.
So you probably missed the bulk of
So I
rush
left.
hour.
I left at like
Probably like
6.
5:45, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually get there early so I can just like chill in my car and like
Listen to some music.
hold on to myself before work.
Yeah.
Like fuck me. So yeah, and then I had that full day. So you start an hour later than I usually did. So I usually start at 6. There I start at 7. Didn't get off till 3:30.
No, that's like an
That's-
8-hour day.
Yeah, and that's prime
Rush hour.
rush hour. I didn't get home till 6.
Yeah.
And I was livid.
Because that's all the way
And
across town.
yeah, I was so amped that my boss was like, or my not site manager, whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm back. I'm like, thank God. But yeah, he was all wrapped up and he was pumped to tell me about. No, it's crazy because my boss went to Centennial.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, that's right.
So he's like, oh, where'd you go to high school? I'm like, oh, Centennial. Oh, do you know Dick Diggins? I'm like, yeah, I do.
That's not his first name.
I went to high school with that fuck. He hated him. But yeah, the trades are a very fascinating
Yeah.
experience.
Well, at this point, I'm definitely, because a few months ago, if you asked me, I'd say I'm going to grad school for psych, but I don't think I am anymore. I think I'm just going to graduate, go into being an electrician.
Dude, but I would take advantage of that though.
Well,
Like your psych shit.
well, I know, but you take an advantage of it regardless if you get a job in that or not.
No, I know. I'm saying like if you can find a decently well-paying job, like
Yeah. I mean, it's
you
just tough.
you could I know, but you could go to like say you're a freaking
But if you're working for a company that's psychology oriented, like I'd much rather go be an apprentice and get my school paid for.
yeah, this is what
that's
I'm saying.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
know, but at the same time, you could still do that.
But I won't get my school paid for.
Yeah, you're right, but
So
Then
realistically, anytime I'd
then
work for,
you should be doing that right now.
well, I want to graduate.
You still can graduate and go to.
Well, I only have a semester and 2 semesters left.
How many months is that?
Get done in August. So,
So
9.
9 months. No, 7.
Yeah.
7 months. So say tomorrow you walk your little booty to the electrician union, you get a job, you work there full time, you can still go to school for the psych, you can graduate, and by the time you graduate that, you'll be already getting your
Degree.
apprenticeship.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I will do that. Because you're probably making 16,
It might be
16,
depending
17
on
bucks an hour.
depending on the company you work for though, because mine was like you have to work here at least 6 months to get an apprenticeship.
I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah. So, say
yeah.
you did that tomorrow, and you're like, okay, I'm doing this.
Well, I'll probably apply to something like that. If I don't, because I just emailed the people at that office furniture place. If I get that job, I'm definitely taking that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that seems like the way to go. I mean, the hours would be shit, and it would suck.
What
But
hours?
it's like the hours of being like an electrician.
Oh, dude, I hated the work, but you legit where I worked at least, I got there at 6, I got off at 2:30,
Yeah, 8-hour shift.
and I got home at 3:00.
Yeah.
And you miss traffic. It's like,
Well, I know.
but the thing was, I would legit get 4 hours of sleep every night,
Well, I know.
and I did that every day.
Like back when I worked like 50, 60 hours a week, I think the most I ever worked in a week was probably like
and that
79 hours.
and that's
Like,
where I
I'm
got
used to
my
that.
caffeine addiction.
Yeah. But
I
the
had
thing
2
is,
bangs and
I could have totally seen, like, I don't drink coffee, I don't drink energy drinks, I don't drink anything like that. And I'm surprised I didn't, because when I was working, like, the hardest week I ever worked was like 80 hours. Because I had 3 jobs at that point. I'd work, well, like on these days, I'd work only 2 of the jobs, not the 3 I had. So I'd work at Target from like 6 to 2:30. Be like, okay, time to go to my next job. And I'm working from 4 to midnight every day.
yeah,
And it's
fucked.
like, I was still going to school full time. So it's like I wake up, go to Target. Obviously I can't do any school when I'm working. Have like a 30 or hour and a half buffer. Obviously I want to eat, I want to rest a little bit. Go to work. Thankfully the curling club I was able to do some schoolwork, but I still had to be like attentive. So then I get home, I get home at like right around midnight, 12:15, midnight. And I'd go into my room, I'd do schoolwork for 3-4 hours. Go into bed at either 3 or 4, have to wake up at 2, take a shower, go right back to work. There was a time where I didn't have a day off from a job from like, I don't even know, probably like May to March.
Yeah,
Not a day off,
I know.
which is insane.
But your luck, it was like at the curling club, I could like come visit you.
Yeah. Which
Like in between games.
Like I was going mentally insane, dude. Like I didn't, other than like you, I didn't see anybody,
I know.
and I didn't talk to anybody.
Well, I tried to bring people when I
I
went
know,
to like
which
go
I'm
with
really
you.
thankful for. But
Yeah.
like, dude, that shit fucks up your
Or like even if
head.
you were working and there was no like games, I would like try to practice
Yeah.
so you
And-
could like come out
And
and,
the thing that
practice
was
with
nice
me.
about, because obviously I think we've brought up in the past, we're curlers, but like if nothing was like say there was an open sheet of ice, and I'm talking to my boss Carrie, I'm like, okay, no one's curling on sheet A. Can I just go out and practice a little bit? Because it's like peak curling time.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, just make sure if anyone falls down the ice or you finish all the shit you got to do. I'm like, okay, bet. So I'm out there listening to music, curling for like an hour and a half. And then I just do all my shit, go home, do homework, go back to bed, do it all over again
Yeah.
for almost a year.
I think
straight.
that's what killed me about that. Well, that's life, but like
Yeah, you get used to it.
like legit, I straight out of high school, I was doing like real life fucking work.
well,
and
that's where I am right now, dude.
well, not really. 'cause
Not right now.
I know, but as an like legit just graduating high school, like I'm off doing like real boss shit, and that sounds like I sound like a bitch right now, but like I struggled so hard. Like
Well, it's
I feel like
all
I couldn't find my like
what you
niche.
wanted. Yeah. It's all a mindset, dude.
But if we weren't going to Eau Claire every weekend, I would have died.
Yeah. Like
I
you
would have
need
been
some-
done.
That's the biggest thing I can say is like you need some sort of outlet because when I was working and I didn't have a day off for all those months, it's like, dude,
It's like depressing, bro.
yeah, like even all my roommates before this year, I didn't hang out with any of them.
Yeah.
Like I saw them, I talked to them for 2 minutes.
That's
making
why I, like-
food, go back in my room.
COVID, I was like, after that plumbing job, I started working at St. Paul Curling Club. And that is legit the best job I've ever had.
That'll be the best job I'll ever have.
Oh, I'll keep it as long as I fucking
Oh, I
can.
know.
Like
You know,
if I
we're
only work,
50.
if I could work weekends and that's it, or say I get a full time job, or like I'm doing the job I want, and like I can make that first shift, like the pebble shift,
Yeah,
not the pebble
like-
shift, but like the prep shift.
Yeah, you're doing at like 2
I would
o'clock.
do that every day. I get off at 4 o'clock and get home at 5. It's like a regular
even,
fucking day.
Even if you get off at 4, you go up, you have a free meal, you get free drinks,
yeah,
you see everyone that you love to talk to.
yeah.
It's just that I cannot rave
And say
enough about
I do
job.
that. Say I have my business as well. I could go up there. Hey, I have a barbershop.
Can I
it's
put,
all networking.
Can I put an ad up?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, 100%. Because
Exactly.
we're
It's all-
close with the curling club.
Curling.
So,
If you're trying to like network, get into curling.
yeah,
Like
get it.
seriously.
The thing so we were talking to our cousin Luke at our aunt's cabin. What was that, Memorial Day?
Yeah.
He
Is that
said,
in September?
no, maybe
That's
it wasn't.
Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Memorial Day's in May.
Yeah. So he's like, the best thing you can do is for networking is loving sports and you love to golf.
Dude, I love golf.
And I'll
but
add to
I'm
that,
horrible
curling
at it.
especially is insane.
No, the thing about you were like Luke brought up the golf thing. Like that's a huge networking thing.
Yeah.
The thing about curling and golf, curling
They're very
isn't
similar.
No, curling is the winter sport and golf is a summer
yeah, 'cause
spring
when,
sport.
Curling was invented in Scotland. It was because people wanted something to do in the winter, because obviously you can't golf in Scotland in the winter. So that's why that all became a thing. So a lot of people in Scotland became curlers in the winter. But yeah, curling is insane. Like from working at curling clubs, I met people in every single trade, any job you can think of, from lawyers to menial like Target workers. Like it's crazy. If I needed, my boss especially knows everyone, and my dad does. So it's like, okay, I need someone, say I buy that house. I need someone to come in and look at all the electricity work. We'd have someone lined up immediately. So it's like, that is such a big resource going into the future for especially Nick and I. Because like, if Nick runs his own business, he'll need a realtor. He needs someone to get insurance for him. He'll need all this. And that is at the curling club, which is absolutely massive. Willie's bumping music downstairs.
But yeah, do you want to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Or-
Do you have any closing thoughts about that little discussion there?
No, I definitely agree with that. Like,
yeah.
it's crazy because like I don't know how many people curl at the St. Paul Curling Club, but
The membership's around 1,200.
so 1,200 people,
And-
and it's a variety of people, from
Lawyers to,
freaking kids to 90-year-olds.
yeah.
So you're gonna end up finding like someone that's experienced in some type of field.
Yeah. Which is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even just before the outro here, just to bring up about the curling club, like everyone knows what it is nowadays because of like the Olympics and stuff, but anyone can do it from when you can walk to when you can hardly walk to
Like,
when you're 90,
Legit, our first like real bonspiel.
which is a curling tournament.
Yeah, I was probably 13, 14.
Yeah, and we'd never curled before.
So I've been curling
hardly
for-
curled before that. We knew how the game worked, but
Not really though.
Yeah.
Like realistically.
I would say, well, a lot of people say it's like chess on ice, and like anyone can play chess, but
Well, yeah.
only a
it's-
select few can be.
anyone
the
can
best
do
in the world.
anything if you practice at it. Like,
Yeah, I know. Like it's tough
we
when you
didn't-
first start, but it is the greatest
No,
thing
we
ever.
didn't start getting good after.
You were
till-
probably like what, 15,
I would-
16?
No. I think my junior year of high school is when I like
No,
started
16.
like 16. So I like 13, 14. So like 3 years I started like. Well, our uncle's freaking
Insane.
yeah. So we had a great coach that
Yeah.
could teach us things that
Like
not
it's-
everyone knows.
It's just the fundamentals. Once you
Yeah.
get those down, you got everything.
But yeah, one thing about that though, like Mike taught us, and now we know what Mike knows. Like,
Yeah. Well, not everything, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But
Well,
as
not-
we go on, we learn
But
more
he's been
and more.
curling since he was our age.
Yeah.
Like,
And
so-
he's picked up a lot of things on
Yeah.
the way. But yeah, I recommend, like, if there's a curling class around you, regardless of where you are, if it's shit ice or good ice, fucking do it. It's so fun. It's revolved around drinking for anyone that's over 21. Like, that's where, like, my dad has so many stories about that, and it's just so worth it because you meet so many people that are cool. Like, we go to a tournament in Milwaukee every year. Well, not this year because of COVID, but it's like,
well, it's an invitational, so like it's the same people every year, pretty
Yeah.
much.
and it's like we go back and we just talk about years past and like what they've been doing, and we catch up with them. Like, we know everyone that's there, and anyone that's new, they're just brought into the fold of the tournament.
Like we were in that spot. Like we had to 'cause
Meet
our,
everyone.
Our uncle knows the guy that runs the tournament, so he's like, "Oh, could we get invited so you can get another like St. Paul team out
Yeah,
there?"
someone from out of town.
Because that's what they want most,
Yeah.
like realistically.
Because then we tell other people and they bring in more people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's amazing how many people you can meet, like regardless of our like networking talk. Like, it's crazy. It's so fun. Anyone can do it, and like everyone knows what it is. Like I already said, you watch the Olympics, you don't know exactly how it works, but that's the perfect time to go out and do a learn to curl, and you learn all the little basics of it, and you realize how hard it actually is. Even though you might not be good at it at the start, like, it's so worth it to learn.
You can catch on to it
Yeah.
easily.
I would say the hardest part is probably the strategy. Once you get like the fundamentals down of like releasing a rock and doing everything.
It's like learning cursive when you were younger.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
Yeah.
Because I sucked at cursive.
But yeah, it's so fun. So I guess we'll leave it at that for this one. We're at an hour 19 before editing. So, want to give us a little outro here?
Yeah. The Gary Vee once told me, "You have one life, so you should do something about it."
That's some good advice. That's what we did in Colorado. You
That's
just gotta
what we
live your
did.
life.
Fuck what anyone tells you, bro. I'm right there
Dude,
with you.
All I'm saying is put your own motherfucking mask on and just do it, man. Like they say on the airplane.
Just do it, bro.
Just do it.
Live your life.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
All right.
Thank you
Thanks-
so much for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Check out our YouTube page, F Troop, on YouTube. Search by channel. We also have a Facebook page, Far Below Productions. Obviously, you know this podcast. Shout out to anyone you know. We appreciate it so much. Leave a comment on our Facebook or our podcast channel. You can just search up Far Below Average Podcast. You'll find the website for it. Comments are open. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I mean, that's all I got to say. I mean,
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
yeah, we
so
really
just-
appreciate anyone who's listening. It doesn't seem like it, really, because we're not that great at editing. Nick's really good at editing, but I'm not that great.
Thank you.
But we put a lot of work into all this stuff.
And we don't even have to, but we still do it.
Yeah, regardless if we're going to make it or not. Like, obviously, it would be great if we did, but just doing this is a lot of fun. Anyone who listens, we just hope you brighten your day, all that kind of stuff.
4 beers.
Yeah, 4 beers. Just trying to be a little soft.
Jake's trying not to tear up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely appreciate all you guys, and we can just end it on that. Thanks for listening.
Till next time. Thank you
We'll
very
try to
much.
get one out as soon as possible. I hope.
It's a little harder to find guests nowadays. But
Well, yeah, but
you know,
we
it's
gotta-
totally fine if we do it just between us. You know, we're getting better and better at
Is
this.
there a?
Oh god, here comes Willie again.
Hey, Dad, what's some wise words?
You
Wise words that I can tell the fans.
Good
Good luck.
from Willie.
Thanks for listening.
And thank you for listening.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.